video is sponsored by Squarespace. More on them in a bit. Go and do some errands today, and I made a trip to McDonald's because last night Maddie and I were having a conversation about McGriddles, and I simply could not leave my errands without getting a McGriddle. One of the things about McGriddles is I feel like a lot of people don't know about them. They're an egg McMuffin sandwich, but instead of on an English muffin, it's in between two pancakes, and it's so good. I'm gonna have some happy times with my coffee and my McGriddle and some reality TV. We are having a self-care weekend. I'm indulging and doing the things that make me feel good, and this makes me feel so good. I'm so excited. Woo! I'm very sweaty though. This AC needs to go right back on. Beep. That's the sound of coolness because I am cool. Okay, I need to eat. I ended up spending the rest of my day yesterday just tackling my apartment, cleaning. It had gotten to a level of uncomfortable chaos. I had boxes that needed to be broken down from packages, and I had old food in my fridge that needed to be taken out. My bathroom needed to clean. So it was one of those like, I don't want to do this moments, but I have to anyways. I didn't end up getting any footage because just the fact that I tackled that was an accomplishment in itself. And although it doesn't sound like the most self-care thing to do, I feel so much better and in a better mood in my space today because I took the time for that. Painful in the moment, but the reward afterwards has been worth it. So I want to make sure today I'm doing a little bit more fun things that I want to do to just kind of reset and relax. But I feel like too, when it comes to having a self-care day, you can end up with like this laundry list of things, perfect things that you would do in an ideal day that frankly might be unrealistic to do. I feel like when you have these expectations, maybe even for a day off of work, and you're like, I'm gonna do this and this and this, and then like you just realize how fast the day goes by, and it's a bit disappointing when you don't get to all the things that you envisioned for the day. So like when I'm trying to be productive, I think this same philosophy that I have with list making can also be helpful for days where you just want to lay back and relax and maybe not put the pressure to have like the perfect day. When it comes to making lists for work, something that I'll always do is make a laundry list of things that I need to get done. All the things are in my head that I'm like kind of stressing about, but then I minimize that list for the day by circling, okay, what are the 1 to 3 things that are must-dos for today? And then only once I get those done do I consider looking at other things on my list. But if I get those must-dos done, then I am gonna feel good about the day. So I'm gonna take that same philosophy with my self-care day today. I'm gonna do that right on my phone on my to-do list widget. First thing I want to do is my 10 minutes of nonfiction reading. I talked about this last week, and I am now 100 pages away from finishing The Myth of Normal. If you want to hear my whole spiel about nonfiction reading, you can go check out last week's video. Another big priority for me today is to do a stretch on my yoga mat. Not a workout, but a full body stretch routine. I'm going to find a video on YouTube that I can follow. Last week I did a Pilates workout that I pushed a little too far in, so I'm feeling really tense in my shoulder area. I want to kind of give myself a little bit of grace today and just try and warm up those muscles, give them something yummy to do. Fingers crossed that works. I know it's like kind of like a running gag that I'm always finding recipes on TikTok and Instagram to experiment with in the kitchen or Pinterest. But I did find this recipe, I can't remember which platform it was, but it's a raspberry, or I might experiment with strawberry dessert, frozen dessert, that I think would be a really great healthier-ish option for end of day because I have a sweet tooth and I love ending the day with a yummy sweet. Try frozen dessert. And then whenever I do finish a task, look, I'm gonna get this satisfying. I love that. And this is all on the home screen of my phone so that I'm reminded of it throughout the day and I know exactly what to prioritize. up reading way past 10 minutes. I got through 2 chapters because one of the chapters was focused on basically self-reflection questions to kind of dig deeper into yourself. And I have taken note of them. I have highlighted the questions and the deeper explanations of them. And I definitely want to commit myself this week, in the next few weeks, because he says to do them at minimum once a week, to writing about them. And he suggests writing them physically, not on, you know, your phone or your computer or whatever. I have no complaints with doing that. And he also made a good note. It's like another reason why I think when it comes to self-reflection, it's so great to record it, is because then you're recording it. So you have something to look back on and see, hey, like this is what I was thinking at this period, or this is what I was struggling at this period, and just see progress. The exercise equivalent of taking progress pictures, you're just taking snapshots of kind of your current brain state at different stages of your life. I think about that too with like the videos that I've recorded, because I've been doing YouTube since I was 16, 17. And I have access to a lot of conversations I've had, I guess with myself technically, but like with you, that helped me kind of gain some insight when I go back on them to see like, oh yeah, like I was maybe struggling with this, or I wasn't as confident in this area, and this hadn't happened to me yet, so I thought this, and it's just cool to look back. So gotta recommit myself to my self-reflection writing journey. It's good stuff. As a creator, one of my favorite forms of self-care is getting lost in the act of bringing content to life through videos, social media posts, and even writing. That's why I love the fact that I can have a special corner on the internet to highlight all of the work I do on CaitlinDeSilva.com. With Squarespace, launching, designing, and updating my blog has been easier than ever. Not only does Squarespace offer a variety of ready-to-use templates, but all of their templates are simple to customize, which I appreciate because I am far from being a graphic designer. So I love that I'm able to design my site the way I want it to look in seconds by adding sections to promote new videos, collect newsletter signups, and even display my latest Instagram content. Plus, the site preview feature is a lifesaver. You can check out how your site looks on both web and mobile, so you can be confident that it looks fabulous no matter where it's being viewed. So whether you want to start writing about your life story, share your portfolio, or sell your own products, you can take comfort in knowing that launching a website doesn't have to be intimidating. Be sure to check out squarespace.com today for a free trial and use the URL linked below, squarespace.com/Caitlin's Corner, to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Trying not to make these pucks too big because I don't want them to take forever to freeze. We'll try that, and I'm gonna pop these into the freezer. It's been a couple hours. I ended up going on a walk and having a nice long chat with my mom on the phone, so it's been a good day so far. And now my little raspberry Greek yogurt concoctions are ready to be dipped in chocolate. Now, if you'll remember, last time I tried to dip something in chocolate, or melt chocolate, I guess, I screwed up. It got a little burnt, but this time I'm going to melt my chocolate chips in the microwave. I hope that'll mean a little less likely for things to go wrong. And I might still drizzle. I think the video is a dipping video, but I'm gonna see how much chocolate I have and go from there. Even a drizzle I think would be really yum. I need a microwave safe bowl. Chocolate chips. I think these look fantastic though. Kind of curious to try them without even any chocolate. Ooh, I don't like that. No, you gotta be careful with chocolate. Are these as beautiful looking as any of the videos I saw? No, but I think they're gonna taste so good. This is what happened last time with the peanut butter banana ones. Did they look appetizing? Maybe not, but they did the job. That's in the freezer doing its thing, and I'm gonna get started on making a mocktail. It's not really a mocktail because realistically, I'm not really mixing ingredients right now. And if you've ever looked online on mocktails, which are essentially cocktails without the alcohol, the recipes like can potentially get a little bit more sophisticated, but I consider kombucha to be kind of like a pre-made mocktail because it's a fermented drink and it has life cultures in it. It kind of reminds me of beer in a way. It doesn't have the same taste as beer, but there's something about it that when you're having it, you could be convinced something's up here. And that's just the fermentation of it, but I think this makes for a great mocktail, and I'm gonna spice it up by adding some sugar to my cocktail glass and a lemon slice. can see here, I added some water to the rim and just sprinkled some sugar around it. I'm gonna get started cutting my lemon. I do like drinking the occasional cocktail or wine, but I am definitely what one would consider a social drinker. Meaning, like, if I'm home alone, I'm not reaching for an alcoholic beverage, but I'll admit that sometimes it's nice to have like fancier drinks. So kombucha is often one that I will opt for, or like a sparkling water, something just a little bit more exciting than just straight up water. I've got my lemon slices. The kombucha I'm using today is Booch Kombucha. I love the name of that. It's a blue lemonade. This one, the live cultures in it are a little gnarly looking, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you can see on the screen right there, but there's some quite big looking things in there. That is the look. Oh, look, there you are. This is the cocktail in action, the mocktail, sorry. That was literally just a kombucha. Technically, this doesn't require much of a taste test, but I'm doing one anyways. And that's delish, as I knew it would be. I feel like mocktails are definitely increasing in popularity, so I want to experiment with some recipes online. You do have to kind of look though ahead, because I don't necessarily have those things on hand, nor do I usually have the things on hand for regular cocktails either. Whether you drink alcohol or not, like, it's always nice to have options. In here, like, I'm just having kombucha, but just putting it in a fancier glass, adding a garnish, takes it up a notch. You can even elevate your water by doing like fun ice cubes. I don't know if you guys have found ice cube TikTok or ice cube Instagram. People really go all out with their ice cubes. They add like fruits to them and basil leaves and mint leaves, and they come in all these shapes. It's quite mesmerizing. Cheers. While I'm sipping on my kombucha, I thought I'd show you this package I received from Pacifica. They're 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and they sent me stuff from their Glow Baby line. First one is this super lit enzyme scrub. Bring dull, dehydrated skin back to its youthful appearance. And there's the brightening face wash. And what I'm pumped for is their booster serum. Oh, like, hello. Doesn't that look so yummy? Yummy in the sense like that you just want to slap it on your face. Ooh, droppers just make me so happy. So a big thank you to Pacifica. I think they're now available at Shoppers Drug Mart. I think I might try out the scrub tonight. It just feels like a very beginning of the week thing to do. Speaking of skincare though, and anti-aging, have any of you seen that filter that's going around on the internet? It basically ageifies your face, and people, I feel like in all the videos, are freaking out about the way they look as their older self. I personally haven't done the filter because I know that imagery of myself aged will be a jarring one. Like, I think that's kind of like the reason it's become so popular on the internet. I will say, I feel like aging is such a gift, and we should all be so lucky to be able to reach a point in our lives where we can look in the mirror and see ourselves older. Big priority for me as I've gotten older, and especially in the last couple of years, is just to really get committed to healthy habits so that they kind of compound, that a future me is benefited from, you know, movement that I make more of a regular part of my life, or wearing sunscreen to protect my skin, eating well-balanced-ish meals, you know, not being 100% perfect, but trying. Especially for women, I think there's such a pressure for us to not look older and to not age. Concept and the process of seeing yourself just change, I'm sure can, especially as you get older, have some fun effects on the brain. But I hope I stay grounded at that core root, that it's, yeah, just a privilege. Every year is a good one, baby. Let's cheers to that. Cheers to the mocktail. Yoga with Adrienne has a stretch routine for neck and shoulder pain, so we're in good hands. I'm gonna put my hair up, put my fingers through my sleeve holes, and get stretching. Oh, even that just feels really good. I will see you after I finish my practice, but look at me checking something off. I always feel like this is a great way to end the day too, because it just kind of gets your body a little bit more relaxed. Toodles!
So as we're gearing up for summer and we're wanting to amp up our, activity, a lot of that can sometimes manifest in the neck and shoulders. So it's all connected, right? The mind and the body. Here's an opportunity. For 5, breathe deep.
Wow, the smell of this stuff is so good. It's not intense, but I'm really getting some peachiness. I ended up up scoring on having some leftovers for dinner, so I didn't have to cook tonight. Now I want to try these out. They seem very cold. I'm gonna give them a couple minutes before I bite into it. I know I did some reading today in the nonfiction department, but I am starting a new fiction book that I'm particularly excited about because I've been hearing a lot about it all over the internet. It's called Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. So I'm gonna start it tonight. I think, well, I know it has something to do with dragons and there's a romance element. That's pretty much all I've got going into this, but I'm excited to dive in. I've been craving something different in the fiction department, and I've never read a book where dragons are involved. I don't know what capacity they're involved, but I don't think I've read a dragon book. They exist out there, but definitely not as popular as like sorcery or the world is ending or vampires, you know, the classics that seem to be all over the place. But I'm excited about this one. Should be good. If you've read it, let me know. My first impression on these is that they're good, but I wouldn't put them at the same level of the banana peanut butter frozen bites. I think those were a little bit more of a satisfying, healthy dessert. I don't know why I say quote, like, okay, it has some chocolate on it. It's pretty healthy for a dessert. But these are a bit messier and I don't know. They're good. Don't get me wrong, I probably would consider making them again, but they're not wowing me. I do like seeing the bits of raspberry in there though. I think this could be good with strawberries as well, or like a berry mix, blueberries, blackberries. But I can tell this is gonna get messy. I got all my self-care to-dos accomplished, so I feel like today was a massive success. I didn't end up starting Fourth Wing when it was daylight out, so I'm gonna start it now before I go to bed, and hopefully it's not too good so I don't end up being pushed to stay up too late, because getting good sleep is a critical part about self-care. So need to make sure I put a kibosh on things by 11:30. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. There's a link in the description box below that you can click to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain, so don't forget about that. I always try and keep the links updated in the description box too, with things I talk about, recipes, products, sometimes things I'm wearing. So it's always a good place in my professional opinion to check out. I'm gonna have to get my e-reader clicker and my e-reader tripod going, because I feel like I just wanna cozy up. This is probably not good for my neck or shoulders though, so maybe I should properly sit up. I'm gonna go do that. Bye. It's kind of crazy that I film in my bed, eh?
You say you only wanna be best friends. I just wanna be a damn girlfriend. What I gotta do to make you face the truth? You didn't act like a friend that night. Maybe that's why it felt so right. Do I really need to spell it